We'll have the next three speakers will be in this order: John Ardis, Bob Hensley, and Peggy Douglas. So we'll begin with Mr. Ardis. I'm sorry, sir.
Yes.
You have to remember, when I just have names on this, I'm sorry.
That's fine. My name is Father John Ardis. I'm a Catholic priest, the associate pastor at John the 23rd, the University Catholic Center. And what I'd like to do today is to address my comments to the teachings of the United States Catholic bishops, and the United States Catholic bishops being certainly representing the largest denomination of Christians in the United States. In 1976, in their pastoral to teach to live in Christ Jesus, the bishops taught that one's orientation, whether it be heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, was the way that God created them. They taught that in 1976, the bishops of the United States. I quote from a document which the bishops approved in November of 1990, Human Sexuality, a Catholic Perspective for Education and Lifelong Learning. And in it, the bishops state, mindful of the inherent and abiding dignity of every human person, we reaffirm what we wrote in 1976, namely that homosexual persons, like everyone else, should not suffer from prejudice against their basic human rights. They have a right to respect, friendship, and justice. They should have an active role in the Christian community. We echo strongly the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, which is a Vatican congregation, which in a 1986 document stated, "It is deplorable that homosexual persons have been and are the object of violent malice in speech or in action. Such treatment deserves condemnation from the Church's pastors wherever it occurs. We call on all Christians and citizens of goodwill to confront their own fears about homosexuality and to curb the humor and discrimination that often offend homosexual persons. We understand that having a homosexual orientation brings with it enough anxiety, pain, and issues related to self-acceptance without society adding prejudicial treatment," unquote. Just on the basis of the tradition of which I represent, I ask you, commissioners, to consider, it just happens that this week we are hosting a national workshop, Homophobia in Religion and Society, this coming Wednesday from 8:30 to 3:30. It's provided by the Center for Homophobia Education. I certainly encourage you to deny this piece of legislation, and certainly encourage you to try to attend that workshop. Thank you very much.